Everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Look, we are right in the middle of a massive, fundamental paradigm shift in artificial intelligence right now. Up until this very moment, AI has mostly been a passive tool, right? You ask it a question, it gives you an answer. But what if AI was actually an active participant? What if you could just hand it a goal and it went off and got it done all by itself? Well, that is the exact promise of Agentic AI, and it literally represents the next evolution in how we interact with technology.
All right, so here's our roadmap for today. We're going to quickly cover the next AI evolution, inside the agent loop, the Agentic AI ecosystem, real-world AI agents, multiple agents working together, and finally, challenges and the future. Let's dive right in.
Kicking things off with Section 1, the next AI evolution, moving from passive to active.
We are officially past the era of passive chatbots just sitting there waiting for us to tell them what to do next. Honestly, if you remember absolutely nothing else from this explainer, remember this. Traditional AI answers questions, Agentic AI gets things done. We're making this massive leap from an intelligence that just talks to an intelligence that acts, works, and delivers actual results completely independently.
To really wrap our heads around this, think about the difference between a calculator and, well, an actual employee. Traditional AI, it's basically a highly advanced calculator. It responds to your prompts, generates a piece of content, and the second it spits out that answer, it just stops. It needs you to hold its hand for the next step. Agentic AI, on the other hand, operates way more like an employee. You hand it a high-level goal, it understands that objective, creates its own step-by-step plan, actually uses software tools to execute that plan, and, here's the kicker, it learns from the outcome so it can do it even better next time.
So what actually makes an AI agentic? It comes down to 5 key things. First, it's autonomous, meaning it runs with very minimal human input. Second, it's insanely goal-oriented. It relentlessly chases a defined objective. Third, it plans and decides, taking these massive tasks and slicing them into manageable chunks. Fourth, it learns and improves over time based on actual feedback. And finally, it adapts to change. Think about it like this. If you tell an agentic AI to plan a trip, it doesn't just blindly list every hotel in a city, it dynamically finds the best options. And if your flight suddenly gets canceled while it's planning, no problem. It automatically adapts, searches for new flights, and adjusts the hotel bookings without you ever having to lift a finger.
Moving on to Section 2, inside the agent loop. Let's see how this thing actually thinks.
Let's pop the hood and see exactly how this digital employee processes a task. The absolute crucial point here is this continuous learning loop that the agent constantly runs through. It starts with step 1, perceive. This is where the AI gathers data from its environment, like your inputs or a database. Then, step 2, reason and plan. It analyzes all its options and figures out the absolute best sequence of actions. Next up is step 3, act, where it actually pulls the trigger and executes those actions using tools or APIs. And finally, step 4, observe results. It checks if the action actually worked. The real magic? It's the loop itself. If a booked flight gets canceled or a hotel is fully booked at step 4, the agent doesn't just crash and give up. Nope. It immediately loops right back to step 1, perceives the new reality, plans a new route, and acts again until that goal is completely, totally achieved.
All right, Section 3, the Agentic AI ecosystem and how it fits into the real world. Because, for an agent to be truly useful, it has to connect to the messy outside world. And this perfectly illustrates the bridge that Agentic AI builds. On the input side, on the left, it's ingesting information, pulling real-time data from databases, web sensors, or even your personal emails. But on the action side, it's literally out there executing. It can interface with apps, direct physical robots, or even write and run its own code. It is a complete end-to-end pipeline from raw data straight to tangible action.
Now, to process all those inputs into actual actions, the agent needs a pretty sophisticated brain. First and foremost, it absolutely needs a clearly defined goal. I mean, without an objective, the AI has literally zero direction. Next, it uses memory, both short and long term. This means it actually learns your personal preferences over time. It taps into a knowledge base of documents and data to fuel its logic, and it leans on core abilities like reasoning, decision-making, and self-improvement to ensure it's getting sharper every single day.
And when you put all of that together, the outputs generate massive, undeniable business value. We're talking about fully completed tasks and automated workflows that lead to significantly better, data-driven decisions. By transforming AI from this passive advice provider into a highly active task executor, organizations are naturally driving immense productivity. They're seeing steep cost savings, delivering crazy personalized experiences, and ultimately just supercharging business growth.
Which brings us to Section 4, Real-World AI Agents. Who is actually hiring these things?
Let's step away from the theory and look at the actual jobs these agents are doing right now. I mean, we started with open source experiments, but now we've got highly specialized agents out there in the wild. Customer support agents are autonomously resolving user tickets and updating systems. DevOps agents are independently monitoring network servers and actively debugging systems the second they fail. You got sales agents researching leads, sending personalized outreach, and booking meetings completely on their own. And data analysis agents, they're crunching raw numbers and generating full reports without a human ever having to even look at a spreadsheet.
And the adoption of these agents is just exploding, mainly because of 5 compounding benefits. They save incredible amounts of time. They substantially reduce operational costs. And ironically enough, they actually improve accuracy by totally eliminating human error in those boring, repetitive tasks. Plus, they scale effortlessly. If you suddenly need 10 times the output, you just spin up 10 times more agents. But most importantly, by handling all that routine grunt work, they allow human employees to step completely away from the mundane and focus entirely on high-level, big-picture innovation.
All right, on to Section 5, multiple agents working together. This is where things get really wild. Think about it. If one autonomous agent is powerful, what happens when you put a whole team of specialized AI employees into a single digital room? Imagine planning a complex 5-day family trip to Japan, all under a strict $5,000 budget. You don't just hand this off to one general AI anymore. Instead, you have an orchestrator agent acting as the team lead. This orchestrator breaks down the massive goal and starts assigning tasks to specialized experts. You've got a flight search agent, a hotel booking agent, an activity planner agent, and a budget optimizer. The orchestrator manages their progress, resolves conflicts. Like, say the hotel agent picks a suite that's way too expensive, the orchestrator immediately tells the budget agent to step in and find a compromise, and then compiles all of that into one absolutely perfect itinerary.
So why do it this way? Well, just like a human company, delegating to specialized experts gives you infinitely better results than relying on one generalist. You get way better accuracy because each agent is laser-focused on just one domain. You get incredibly faster results because they're all working in parallel at the exact same time. It's much easier to scale up highly complex tasks, and crucially, you get built-in fallback options. If the flight agent fails to find a good route, the orchestrator can just instantly spin up a new strategy without the whole entire system crashing down.
Finally, Section 6, Challenges and the Future. Why we desperately need guardrails.
Look, as phenomenal as all this sounds, handing software this level of autonomy comes with some very serious responsibilities. We absolutely have to establish crucial guardrails. First up, data quality matters immensely. If you feed an agent garbage data, it's going to take garbage actions. Security and privacy are obviously massive concerns when an AI literally has the keys to your databases and personal emails. We also have to keep a very close eye on bias and fairness, making sure these systems are making balanced choices. We need total transparency so we can pop the hood and know exactly why an agent made a specific choice. And lastly, for high-stakes fields like healthcare, finance, or the legal system, they will always require a human in the loop to verify these autonomous decisions.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with something to really think about. We're entering an era where technology doesn't just assist us anymore, it actively executes on our behalf. So if AI can now plan, act, and deliver complex results entirely autonomously, what exactly will be your new role in the workplace of tomorrow? The future is going to belong to those who know how to manage, direct, and innovate right alongside these digital agents. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.